Now, you explain to me what you having for lunch again?
I got a strawberry Uncrustable from Sprite.
That's my beautiful wife over there.
And you never
Keeping
grow too old, B.
keeping my house in order. I'm fixing to have to leave her here by herself to go make an order. Carry it, deliver an order. We got lots going on here at the print shop, vinyl graphic shop. It's time to load up and go deliver an order
And hope you don't get wet.
to Stevens Aerospace and Defense. Yeah, and hope I don't get wet because rain's popping off everywhere. I'm going to ride the motorcycle, and I already see a little bit of rain, but it's sprinkling. But a man's got to do what a man's got to do. I just have to ride in the rain. I know, but it's a challenge. It's, you know, that's nothing compared to some other people that I watch, like Itchy Boots. That's over there in the mud hole right now, and I'm scratching my head. She must make good money doing that, because I just don't see no joy in that kind of riding, personally. It is an adventure, but that's a, oh boy. But everybody has to do what they want to do. So I'm about to hop on the ride, and down the road I'm gonna go.
I love you.
Off to the races. I love you, my queen. I'll be back shortly. Probably be wringing wet, but I'll be back. Alright, let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. We've got the Africa Twin ready to go. We've got a trash bag on to keep it dry. I think I am going to. I think I will. It's looking like I'm going to need to do this to keep this dry. It's already raining. Hopefully I'm going to go and get out of this rain here shortly. But, you know, if I get a little bit wet, I get a little bit wet. It's about almost an hour ride to where I'm going, to Stevens Aviation, to drop off this package. I do work for them. Good company. For me, they have been 18, 19 years I've been doing work for them. But it's all good. Let's see. Let's make sure. I don't know why, but I need to, yep, okay. Make sure I got it. I'm going to have to, at some point, I don't think I can make it all the way there and back on the gas I have. I'll have to get a little gas at some point. Wrong way. Let's go this way. See if that fits. This little tusk bag has been a good bag for the money, and it comes with this little cover, rain cover. All right, let's dry this off. Let's hope that we can try to avoid the heavy rain. My cat over there, look look at that cat. Oh, he's just laying there not moving. I assure you he's not dead. It's hot, and he's just taking it easy. Taking it easy. Come on now. What are you doing that for? Sputtering a little bit for some reason. Come on. Feet don't fail me now. We got a little ways to go. I do love motorcycles, and I have a Honda CB500X that I'll probably be using more than using this one to make my deliveries. But okay. Hopefully that's just a little startup glitch. Let's get the show out here on the road. Welcome to my channel. I don't have many followers, but I started this as a learning curve, and I've tried to get my speaker. I've actually put a mic in the helmet where I could talk. I think it is good to try to let people know what's going on instead of just headed down the road. So got it, let's go. Let's go. Let's see what we got going here. See what we got going. Maybe I need to go on down 14. Normally I cross over Highway 11 and just run all the way on Highway 11 to Highway 25. But it looks like I'd be going into the rain, so I may cross over Highway 11, go down to 414. I think. From looking at the clouds and what I saw on my radar. That's probably going to be a better thing to do. Oh boy, there's some riders right there. Huh. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Do I go right? Do I go left? It don't look too bad this way. Maybe I can attempt this. This time of year in South Carolina, or here lately, and I think it's been usually this way every year when it gets humid, the clouds pop up, little storms come through, and most of the time in the afternoons when it really hits hard. During the day it's usually okay until in the evening, but today for some reason this, I want to say around 12:36, it's already, we already starting to see some action from the clouds and the rain. I don't even wear a jacket when it's like this. I wear a long sleeve shirt. It's so hot. I'd really much rather have on a riding jacket just in case I went down. But I do try to tiptoe, take it a little slower and easier than I normally would. If I have all my riding gear on. I have my riding pants on, my riding boots, my gloves, my new Climb gloves. These things are a lot better than I tried to get a cheaper pair, but they didn't work out. They're okay, but there's certain spots that after you ride for a little ways you start to realize you start to have issues, starts to bother you, and it's like, hey, I like to go on 4 or 5 hour, 6 hour, 7 hour rides, and when you get on that kind of ride, you want to try to get your bike set up best you can. eliminate all the stress points. I'm riding a brand new, well, it's not brand new, this is probably my fifth time on it, a Sergeant seat. That thing has made all the difference in the world. My CB500X, I put a custom Corbin seat on it. I love that seat too. I just didn't think it would work out on this Africa Twin, and I think I was probably right. I don't know. I'm short, so that this seat sits a little bit lower, I think, than what the Corbin would have on the Africa Twin. But on the CB500X, that bike sits a little lower to the ground, so it's just really comfortable to ride it all day. Looks like you've got a tractor seat mounted to a little small bike, but hey, whatever works. I'm 58, so as I get older, I realize that you gotta figure out what you can do to make it work if you want to ride. I love this. I love to ride. This is my drug. I don't need drugs. This is my drug. Get on the motorcycle, put it in the wind, and hey. And I started out on a TL1000 Suzuki sport bike. That was my first street bike, brand new street bike that I had ever owned. That was a ways back. And but now I did grow up riding dirt bikes. I mean, I've been riding motorcycles ever since I was, okay, I want to say I was either in the 5th grade or middle school when, I think maybe it was the 5th grade. Had a little Yamaha 80, and then after the Yamaha 80 it was a Suzuki 125. And then after the Suzuki 125, it was a Honda, I think that was a Honda 200. That little bike was a little dirt bike. It was a full-blown, and that thing was pretty quick. And matter of fact, a little story about the whole thing. This is Glassy Mountain. See if I can get a good view of Glassy Mountain right about there. That rock up there, that's Glassy Mountain up there. Well, this used to be a dirt road that come down the mountain right here at the entrance of the cliffs. And we would park at the end of that back in the day. It's been way back, probably over 30 years ago. And we would park there and unload our dirt bikes and ride all over that mountain all day. There was dirt roads, and roads went everywhere. And one of the worst wrecks on a motorcycle, dirt bike, I ever experienced was on that mountain. Landed on my head, knocked a hole in my leg, could see my bone, thought I broke my neck. I did stop riding for a little while, but I mean, I completely quit riding dirt bikes because my problem was I felt like I just couldn't drive slow. I was racing 2 other of my buddies that day trying to catch them. What got me in trouble, wrecked, went to the hospital, put a tube in my leg, messed my back up, busted my helmet, messed my neck up. I still have issues from my neck from that. But I eventually got back into riding on the street. But I know dirt bikes, I love to go fast. That's just what we would do. And I'm like, well, the best thing to do with that is get off it and move on to something else. But after my Suzuki, I wound up with a Heritage. Let's go. Okay, I had to get around that car. Watch out, truck. Watch that truck. Let's turn our lights on. Turn on my markers. I just hit a bug. That was a bug or a drop of rain, one of the two, but I think it was a bug. But yeah, so I had a Heritage, wrote it, customized it, did custom paint work. I did custom paint works for years for Harley and Greenville. My business, Hot Rod Graphics. We painted race cars, helmets, pinstripes, and all that. Did that as part of what I did for a living, and sign work. And the after the Heritage, I rode to the Smokeout in Charlotte, and there's a guy he called his business Sucker Punch Sally, building custom bobbers, and he had his personal bike. I'm like, I gotta have me one of these, which I love that bike. I had a blast on it. Suicide shifter, clutch was down on the floor, and I had a ball with that motorcycle. It was a Rough Rider though. That's the only thing. He built a good tough bike, but it was a Rough Rider. Had an S&S shovel head motor on it. Fast little bike because it was light and had plenty of horsepower. Had straight pipes. That thing was loud. It was loud and proud. Cool little bike. You know, you couldn't go very far and you had to fill it up. Had the small gas tank on it. But that lasted about 4 years, and then after that bike had, wrecking a dirt bike and getting older, I was starting to feel it. So I'm like, okay, it's time to change gears. So I went out and purchased I was able at the time to purchase because I was doing work with them at the time, they give me a good price. I bought me a brand new solid black Harley-Davidson Street Glide. That was in 2009. I brought that Street Glide. Man, I loved that bike. It was so much more fun to ride just because it wasn't beating me up. And the roads in South Carolina are, I would compare them to most third world countries. South Carolina should be ashamed of themselves taking people's money like they do and not fixing these roads. You get off on some of the back roads, you destroy your car. So South Carolina, you need to quit ripping people off. And how about instead of taking people's money and putting it in your pockets, how about trying to fix these roads for us? So back to the motorcycle saga. So after the Street Glide, I sold the Street Glide, and then it was a 2009 BMW GS that I purchased. And that bike it had to be one of the most fun, comfortable bikes that I had owned. 2009 GS BMW. And I don't know why I got to the point where I was going to sell it. I think it was because every time I'd have someone service it for me, because I wasn't really up on servicing it, I was spending $2,000, $2,500, and I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. So I eventually sold it after, I want to say about 5 or 6 years, but at the same time I had that bike, I had purchased a Road King, Harley Road King, and I rode the Road King. I rode the Road King for 4 or 5 years also. I had actually sold the BMW and still had the Road King for a while. It was a cool little bike. I put an upper fairing on it, changed it. It was a solid black bike, fun bike. Wasn't fast. It was very comfortable bike, very comfortable. I think it may have been more comfortable than my Street Glide. It was, yeah. Road King was more comfortable. So, had it for years, sold it, and when I sold it, I was out of a bike. And that was the worst 3 years of my life. But anyway, so I thought I was going to be okay with not having a motorcycle, because I did almost get hit head on at least 3 times on that Road King. There's 3 different times. I mean, they practically run me in the ditch, and every one of them, you could see them on their phone, and they wasn't letting up. They could care less if they run over you and kill you, as long as they get their message in or text or whatever. But I'm like, the roads are so dangerous now because people are on their phones. I should get off the motorcycle. But like I say, 3 years of that, I'm like, CB 500X. I still have it. Fun little bike. Fun little bike. And I'll be riding it some to make these deliveries. Kind of switch out. I ride so much, I'm trying to cut back on the miles. I'm putting too many miles on both of them for this. So I'm going top side, trying to head over to Stevens Aviation, and I will be getting in traffic, which I do not like. Normally my riding is up in North Carolina, Blue Ridge Parkway. I love to go ride forest roads and that type of thing. So that's most of my riding. So riding in traffic nowadays, just I try to be extra careful, but you really never know. A lot of people, everything that's going on in people's minds is kind of, don't seem like they're focused. So you never know what they're going to do. Never go through a red light. Never ever go through a red light, and don't look both ways. I don't care if the red light's red, whatever. Do not do that. I can't tell you the number of people I've been ready to go and see a car go flying through the red light. It's like, wow, what's going on? So you don't want to get run over doing that. And I pray to the good Lord Jesus Christ that He keeps me safe while I'm riding my motorcycle. That is my God, Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. Jesus is Lord. Yes. Only thing that saved me, a mess like me. Oh, buddy. The only time I found peace is when He came and started to move in my life. I'm glad it is cloudy, because normally it'd be miserably hot, and I am really comfortable right now riding along. Really comfortable. Last time I made a trip over here, wow, the sun was out. It was, I want to say it was like 95 degrees, and I want to say it was about 95 degrees, and the humidity was out off the chart. I mean, it was just like you walk outside and you start pouring sweat. wrong button. Don't blow the horn. People pull a gun on you for blowing the horn at them. I was trying to turn my turn signal off. I missed the turn signal and blew the horn. I don't have my buddy Tim right behind me going, turn your turn signal off. So Tim, if you listen to this, man, you need to come ride with me because I need somebody to remind me. Look at this. See this? Look. Yeah, let me see who I can get. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. And then this white car, I had an eye on him. That's the reason I swerved. He'll swerve over my lane to miss him, and then here I get run over. Be on your toes, people. Be on your toes. That don't mean I won't get in a bad wreck today, but I pray, Lord, put your hedge of protection around me as I roll down this highway. When it's my time, I feel like it's my